I took my 16-year-old golden child sister to court because she destroyed my life. For some context here, I am 19 and currently living in an apartment, and I am really close to be able to purchase my first house. I work for a big gaming corporation, as I'm a big gamer. But this story happened when I was about 17, still living with my mom and her golden child of a spoiled sister. So my sister was around 12 at the time of this story, and my mom always treated her like the golden child, center of the universe. We'll just call my sister Jamie. Jamie always got what she wanted from my mom, but my dad is the only one with common sense and a stable mental state. My sister always loved to have things, and whenever I got something, my sister had to have it. She would steal from me, and because my dad was always at work and my mom was stay at home, I couldn't do anything because dad wasn't around. Our allowance was $50 a month, which I was very grateful for and saved most of it in a safe. But my sister always demanded more from my parents and me, and my mom would give her maybe $20 if she really begged and cried for it, but if I asked, I would be told to shut up. So, that's just one example of the golden child spoiled brat treatment she got. And usually, whenever Jamie wanted something from me, she just had to crying to her spawn point, and I would be forced to give whatever it was she wanted. I would always protest, but Mom always threatened me with grounding, and no allowance if I didn't fork over what was rightfully mine. I would usually just tell Dad when this happened, and since he was sick of my sister's behavior and the way Mom treated Jamie, Dad would either reimburse me with some money and go get whatever Jamie took from me and give it back to me. This is where it just went too far. I had just won a PS5 from a YouTube giveaway, and the second I set it up in my room and Jamie heard the sound coming from my room, she rushed to see what the noise was. She saw the PlayStation, she asked for it, and I said, "Hell no, I bought this with my money that I saved, and that even Mom would agree with me on this. Yes, I lied saying I bought it, in a last hope that Jamie would leave it." She then went crying to Mom, and I also purposefully waited until Dad was almost home because I had a feeling this would happen, but didn't know if Mom would side with me or not. So I made sure to wait just in case. About 30 seconds after Jamie left the room, my mom was at my door, Jamie with a smirk on her face. Mom started demanding I give her my PlayStation. I started to yell that this was too far and I spent my hard-earned money on this and they can't take it away. Then I stated that I was sick of my mom's stupid favoritism and Jamie's blatant golden child treatment. My mom yelled at me that if I didn't give my sister my PS5, I would have dinner with her belt. And just as this was happening, Dad walked in the door and heard our yelling and came upstairs. Dad is a kind of gamer himself. He saw the PlayStation account screen and put two and two together. The first thing he said was that if Mom gave Sis my PS5, he would think about divorce and how he was also sick and tired of the favoritism. I gave my dad a wink over my sister's whining, and Jamie and Mom left the room. My dad sat down next to me and asked about the PS5. I said I won it in a YouTube giveaway and purposely didn't tell Mom or Jamie and waited till it arrived to tell Dad. He was proud of me and hugged me. Now, this when my 18th birthday was about 5 weeks away and things had been more or less the same. At this time, for the last few months, about 4 months after the PS5 incident, I had been mowing lawns and picking up rubbish for the council to earn some extra cash. I had saved enough cash to finally buy the gaming PC I had wanted and saved for about 9 years. With more modern parts, I had saved a whopping $9,000. Almost every time I got any sort of amount of money, I had put it in the safe. So, when my mom was taking Jamie to a friend's party, me and Dad went out to buy my first PC. I had been using a pretty crappy laptop as my PC for quite some time, and had a monitor, keyboard, and mouse. So I picked out the one I wanted, about $7,500, but it was worth it. And when I took it home, I locked myself in my room. I had purchased a lock for my room 2 weeks prior. I spent about an hour setting up my setup and PC. I was so happy. And about an hour later, Jamie and Mom arrived home. Dad met them at my door, and I shut off my PC and went downstairs. Me and Dad asked for them to sit down at the table and have an important conversation. My dad said that I had bought something of serious value and that if Sis or Mom touched it, stole it, broke it, or anything like that, I would be pressing charges. My sis' jaw just dropped to the ground while my mom started yapping at Dad at why Sis couldn't play with my new PC. Me and Dad both said that she kept stealing my stuff for years. And this was worth thousands of my hard-earned cash I had saved for more than 9 years and was worth sentimental value to me. It really didn't surprise me, but when I got home from mowing a few lawns the next day, I had found my PC's glass plate shattered and all the expensive parts beaten with what was most likely something like a hammer. And for the first time in years, I started crying. My mom came into my room and asked what the matter was, and I shouted at her. "What the fuck do you think the matter is? You very well know. This is the final F***ing straw. This has gone too far. I'm taking Jamie to court," and shut the door on Mom's face. I called Dad, still crying, and he just sighed and said, "Did it happen?" And I just said yes in another burst of tears. Dad came home with 2 police officers in tow. I'm going to cut it short because it's starting to get long, but we went to court and presented the case, showed evidence, and explained the golden child treatment Jamie would always get and how I would be treated like crap. Long story short, I won. My sis and Mom had to pay me $10,000 for a new PC and an additional $3,000 in emotional damages. I had never been so happy. I was free. Am I the jerk in this situation?